Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is 29th video in Veeam Advanced Training. And in this video I'm going to show you how to take Exchange Server backup by using Veeam Backup and Replication. So you can see by using Veeam Backup and Replication we can take the backup of Office 365 and on-prem Exchange both, and both are going to save at Exchange backup repository in Veeam, and then we can use a Microsoft Explorer for Exchange to recover items from a repository by using the Veeam Backup and Replication server. So I'm going to so last few videos, like we have taken the backup of Exchange server physical server, and then we have migrated Exchange server physical server to virtual server. So I'm going to use the same virtual machine here that we have migrated in last video from physical to virtual, and going to take the backup of Mailbox by using Veeam Backup and Replication. So here is my environment which I'm going to use. So um, we have total 3 physical machines and 1 virtual machine. So the first machine is Win2K12 DC01, which is my Active Directory server. You can see this is running Active Directory and DNS role, and if I go to local server Win2K12 DC01, my domain name is victorinfosol.com. So this is my primary DC, and then we have our Veeam server Win2K12-Veeam, which is having Veeam Backup and Replication server installed on it. So this is my Veeam server Win2K12-Veeam. You can see Veeam Backup and Replication console is installed, and server is also installed on this machine. So I'm going to connect here, and the next machine which we have is Win2K12HV01, which is Hyper-V standalone server, which having 64 gig of RAM. I have upgraded RAM to 64 gig because it's now running 24 gig of virtual machine, which is Exchange server, and one more virtual machine. So this is, you can see, Veeam Backup and Replication console we have on our Veeam server, and this is Hyper-V server standalone Win2K12HV01, a standalone Hyper-V host with 64 gig of RAM. And if I go to tools, then Hyper-V manager, you can see we are running 2 virtual machines. So the main machine which we are going to take the backup is Exchange server, and this is our basically primary domain controller, so I'm not going to touch this. And this is my Exchange server. You can see here. So I'm going to take the remote of this Exchange server from MSTSC console from Hyper-V itself. So this is Win2K12 EX01, my Exchange server. I'm going to connect it. So this is our Exchange server. So everything is looking good here. Win2K12 EX01. So let's log into, and on this machine I have installed Exchange. You can see which version of Exchange we are running. We are running Microsoft Exchange CU update 6, and now I'm going to run my admin console here. So ECP console, I'm going to log in Exchange admin console, admin center, and will verify everything is healthy here. So we have few mailbox running. If I go to servers, I have one server which is EX01, so this is good. And now I can log into my mailbox and see the mail items which we have in our mailbox. So I'm going to log into OVA. So I'm using my account vadmin. I'm going to see what we have in this account. So I have few emails here, and also I have some calendar entries. If I go here, you can see we have few calendar entries also. So this is what we have in this mailbox. So let's log into administrator mailbox and verify administrator mailbox items. So this is my administrator mailbox. We have some items in inbox, sendbox. Also we have some calendar entry here. So this is what we have. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the backup from Veeam console, Then we are going to see how we can run the backup, scheduled backup, and then how we can like recover the item. So I'm going to click on here, which is the server, Veeam server, and from the infrastructure you can see our Hyper-V host is already added here. And if I rescan this, you're going to see which machines are running on this server. So it's currently refreshing. So now we can see we have two virtual machine, and it's giving the size detail also. What is the size, what is the use size and provision size, host and guest operating system, all details. Now I'm going to click on home. I'm going to create backup jobs. So I'm going to type name of this job, so win2k12 ex01 underscore backup. So I'm going to put here backup on every 1 hour. I'm going to set it, so click next, and now we have virtual machine. So I'm going to select my virtual machine ex01, and then I'm going to click on next. And you want to store your backup files, so I'm going to store in Veeam Backup Repository. Then we have, so how many restore point you want on disk, so I'm going to make it like you can say 60 restore point on disk, and also you can go in advance, and if you want to set any full backup on like synthetic backup you can set. So I'm going to set the Friday full backup. So now I'm going to click next, and this is important, we need to enable application aware backup. So it's going to take the backup of Exchange database, and we are able to use that Exchange database backup to restore item by using the Microsoft Explorer for Exchange Explorer from Veeam. So this is good, and now also going to enable the guest file system indexing. So I want to test here account, so I'm going to add my administrator account here, so to get access to the virtual machine Exchange server itself within the operating system. So now we can test the credential if it's working or not. If it's, you can see it succeeded, so it's Veeam is power on, all the details is there. So we can close this. Now we can click next, and when you want to schedule this job, and then I'm going to run on every 1 hour, and if it's fail it's going to try after 5 minutes, and I'm going to set it 4, so it's going to try for 20 minutes at least in 4 time on each 5 minutes interval. So this is good, and now I'm going to click on apply. This is the details, what is the backup job name, backup path and type of backup, and application aware backup is processing is enabled, and guest is also enabled, guest file and system indexing, and this is the source Hyper-V host and the target details. I'm going to click here run this job. When I click finish, so it's going to start the backup job. So now you can go to run and running, and you can see the details of the backup which is started. So this is going to take some time to get this machine backed up, so I'm going to pause the recording here, and I'm going to run few times backup. So it's went fail, so let's run again the backup job and try if it's going to run successfully this time or not. So all VM has been processed. So now you can see backup is started and it's running fine, and it's already taken process like 5.8 GB data, so it's going to take some time. So I'm going to pause the recording here and I'm going to run few incrementals backup also. So then we are going to see how we can recover mailbox item from this Veeam backup and replication. So I'm going to pause the recording for now. So this is succeed, and now I'm going to run incremental backups. So you can go here and see the jobs. So the detail of, so we got a restore application item, Microsoft Exchange mailbox item, so this is good. And you can see we have only one restore point, so I'm going to take few more restore point here. So you can see this was a full in, and now it's running incremental backup. So let's just complete, then we'll try to recover data from mailbox. So now we have one full backup and 3 incremental backups for this Exchange server, and now we are good to go and recover the item. So I'm going on my disk here, backup disk, and then we have 4 restore point. I'm going to launch restore application item from Microsoft Exchange, and then I'm going to select the latest incremental restore point and click next, and I'm going to email restore testing and click next and finish. And now it's going to map the Exchange database. So I'm going to, before we start, I'm going to log into the administrator OA, and then I'm going to delete some object, and then we'll try to recover it. So you can see the Exchange database is mounted, and now if I go to administrator and inbox, we have these emails which are here. So I'm going to delete all the emails, and I'm going to delete from send deleted item also. So now we have deleted everything from administrator, and I'm going to restore back. So restore to administrator, and yes, it's going to restore the all the mails. So 5 items successfully created, and now if I go here, you can see all the emails has been restored. And let's do the same for calendar entry. So what I'm going to do here, so these all are my calendar entries sent by me. So I'm going to log in by any other account. So then go to the, I'm going to delete for this user also Vikas, and then I'm going to delete calendar entries. So we have delete here, so I'm going to do not respond this, and then I'm going to delete this one also. So now I'm going to delete from deleted items, and now we'll restore for Vikas Singh. So I'm going on my Exchange Veeam server again, and then we have mailbox here, Vikas Singh, and going in inbox. Then I'm going to restore these items for Vikas Singh. It's going to ask the credentials, so I'm going to type you can type any administrative credential here. So you can see 7x items restored. So I can go here and see all the mails has been received. And now if I go to calendar, you can't see my calendar as restored, so I'm going to restore my calendars also. So now calendar is restored also. So it's very fast restore by using Veeam Backup and Replication. So, and if you go here, you can see what Veeam can take the backup. So it's going to take your task, your send items, permanent, deleted up. Also it's going to take backup, outs, outbox, notes, then it's going to take your inbox, draft, deleted items, everything. It's going to take the backup which is related to your mailbox. So this is how we can do this. And what we can do if we want to restore complete virtual machine. So let's go here, and if I go on this disk, and we have also options to entire instant VM recovery, restore entire VM, and all this stuff. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to delete my Exchange server completely, and then I'm going to restore from backup, and we'll see how it's going to work. So I'm going to shut down my Exchange server first, and then I'm going to delete it from my disk from Hyper-V host completely, and then we'll try to restore it. So here is my Exchange server hard drive. So I'm going to delete this. So right click and delete, and now I'm going to delete the hard drive here. So we have deleted Exchange server completely from our machine. So you can see also the this virtual machine file is deleted, hard drive is deleted, so everything is deleted from Exchange. Now I'm going to run the full virtual machine restore. So I'm going to click here, selecting my Exchange server, then I'm going to restore entire VMs, and then this is going to give the size and all detail, and if you want to go to any old restore point you can go. So I'm going to take the newest incremental backup and then click next, and restore machine, restore to the original location I'm going to restore. So click next, and then I'm going to type win2k12ex01 got deleted. So click next, and now it's going to give you the details, the original virtual machine name, new virtual machine name, restore point, target host, restore to original location, and the network mapped location. So I'm going to mark also power on the target VM after restore. So I'm going to click on finish, and now it's going to start the full complete VM restore. So this is going to take some time depending on how much data you have in your Exchange server or for this virtual machine. So you can see it's going to take it's around 251 gig drive, but it's having only like 26 gig of data. So it's going to take uh, around 4 to 5 minutes to get this machine restored. So I'm going to pause the recording, and once the machine is restored I'm going to resume the video from there, and we'll see how we can verify after restored Exchange server is working fine or not. So pausing the recording for now. So now you can see the restore is completed successfully. So VM has been restored, and we can go to Hyper-V host, and we can see the machine is restored and it's powered on. So I'm going to log into this virtual machine and verify all the services and everything is running good. So also you can go here and you can see the machine hard drive is restored at the same location, and the virtual machine file is also restored on same location. So this is good. So now the Exchange services are also running. So now let's log into the server and verify the ECP console and everything, and Mailbox is working fine for users. So I'm going to log into my Exchange server, and then I'm going to log into ECP console. So this is our ECP console. So I'm going to type my credential here. So the ECP console is working fine, and now let's verify the user's mailbox. So I'm going to open OAuth for this Exchange server. Then I'm going to log in with this account, user account vsync, and we can see Exchange's user mailbox is also working fine. And let's log into any other account and see. So the mails are there and Exchange server is up and running. Users are able to access the mailbox, and also the ECP console is working fine. So this is all about how you can take the backup of Exchange server virtual machine by using Veeam Backup and Replication. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this video, you can always post them in my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.